G'day guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we've got a bit of a different, well, let's say a different video than we usually would, because unfortunately here in the state of Victoria we are in stage 3 lockdown. Therefore we can't be doing the usual antics out and about in the town as me and my mates usually are. So I've decided to keep to these sit down videos, and today I'm going to be doing a ranking my favourite AFL sides tier maker video kind of thing. So it should be a nice, quick, enjoyable video that you can enjoy, and a video that I can just pump out and get going. So without further ado, I think we get straight into the ranking of the clubs, shall we? So let's cut to the screen recording right now. Make sure it's still recording, and yep, it's still recording. So as you can see, we have the first tier is the Saints. Now, what more can I say? I'm an avid St Kilda fan, and having more than one favourite side is just, it's like having two wives. You don't have two favourite sides. It's one club and one club only. Now I've got 4 other tiers. So the tiers we've got are the not too bad. Now these are the clubs that I don't mind. We've got the nothing against. So these are the sides I just don't really care about. Don't like them, don't love them. There's not much to say about these clubs in the nothing against category. The don't like category, they're the category, it's pretty self-explanatory. I don't like them, but I don't hate them as much as the bottom tier that says hate with a passion. So, without further ado, let's get straight into it. Now, other than the Saints, I don't like any other club. So the 17 clubs apart from the Saints, I don't like. So, but in saying that, there are clubs that I prefer over other clubs. So, let's get straight into it, shall we? In the not bad category, I'll put the Blues, because the Blues, well, first of all, we got family that go for the Blues, so I gotta like them. And they're just not too bad. I like what they're going on there. They've got a good culture. The fans get up and about. I was at one of their games last year where they won against the Saints, and gee whiz, they just turned it on. The fans, they were up and about. So the Carlton fans and the Carlton team, I don't mind. The Cats, not bad. I don't mind the Cats. Again, my granddad goes for the Cats, and you know what? I don't mind the Cats. As a Saints fan, lots of Saints fans probably hate the Cats, but as a club, I like the players they've got there. I like Paddy Dangerfield, Sal Woods, Hawkins. I like the Cats. I don't mind them. And who else? Let's chuck the Lions in there. I like the Lions. I like the way they're playing at the moment. And I really enjoy watching them play. They're a really young, exciting side, and they're a Queensland side, so we don't really have much to do with them. This could quickly change if something happens between the Lions and the Saints. I'll swiftly put them down below in my rankings, but for now, they're a not too bad side. I don't mind the Lions. Now, let's get stuck into the nothing against sides. So, these sides I don't really care about. They're pretty irrelevant in my books. So we'll kick things off. The Giants. They're the Giants. Who cares about the Giants? Don't really have anything against them. Can't hate them. Can't love them. So there's the Giants. The Crows. Geez, you got, at this point in the season, you just got to feel bad for the Crows. The Crom, some should say. The Crows, they're having a shocking season, and yeah, got nothing against them. Just feel bad for them, really. The Suns, much like the Giants, can't really hate them. They haven't been in the side long enough to be hated, and they haven't been good enough the whole existence either. So nothing against the Suns. The Kangas, geez, they're. Oh, what can I say about the Kangas? I feel bad. I know some mates of mine go for the Kangas and support them pretty passionately, but geez, they just disappoint people every single year, and they're just not really that relevant, really. Of all the Victorian clubs, they just don't pop out like some clubs do. The Doggies. I love the Doggies in their 2016 finals run, but other than that, I don't really mind the Doggies, and the Saints tend to always beat the Doggies, so I like when we play the Dogs. They always put up a a decent fight, but the Saints normally get over them in the end. So I like the Doggies purely for the fact that I most likely see the Doggies lose to the Saints. And where should we put them? The D's. I'll put the D's in the nothing against category. The only thing that the D's have going for me are just the list and the way they play. They really, they're never going to be higher than nothing against. Oh, they're a tough one, the D's, but they're struggling like the Saints. Their fans are pretty annoying, much like Warnie and Jesse D's. If you're watching, how's it going? But nothing really against the D's, other than when friggin' Jesse and D's gets on their high horse after every game and give a full rundown after every game. That puts them in the hate with a passion. But other than that, I don't mind the D's. Now, getting into the clubs that I don't like. So, the Tigers. I don't like the Tigers. I'm not a fan. I used to love the Tigers. As a matter of fact, in the 2014 final it was against the Blues, 2013 or 2014, one or the other. When they lost to the Blues in the finals, I actually cried. And I'm a Saints fan, so that just shows how much I like the Tigers. But ever since their success of recent times, their fans have just not shut up about how good they are, and they always say about how many flags they won. And especially, I'm looking down the barrel, Donny and Grinners, if you're watching, geez, you've ruined the Tigers for me. So just keep that in mind when you don't shut up about the Tigers next time you talk. But I don't mind the Tigers, but they would have been a nothing against to a not bad earlier, but their fans have just ruined them for me. The Swans, never liked the Swans. They don't do anything for me. They've always been good, and we've never really won to them against the Swans. I don't really like the Swans. Sorry to any Swans fans out there. I've got nothing on them. The Hawks. Oh, I used to hate the Hawks with a passion, but now the Hawks are starting to lose games, which I'm loving. They've been put into a don't like. But they used to be a hate with a passion. When they had their successful run in 2013, 2014, 2015, I really wasn't a fan of the Hawks because the umpires used to always favour them. They'd always win, and I was actually at a game where the Hawks beat the Saints by a cool margin of 145 points. So that scarred me for life, and I just don't really like the Hawks. Nothing about them pops out for me. Where should we go? The Dockers? No, I'm not a fan of the Dockers. They're Perth side, just nothing going for them. The Dockers. I like Nat Fyfe, but that's the only thing I like from the Dockers. And same with the Eagles. Well, you know what? I'm going to bump the Eagles up to a nothing against purely because they beat Collingwood in the 2018 grand final. So the Eagles I'm going to put in a nothing against purely for that reason. And all the interstate clubs for that matter, I just don't really care about. But now, it's pretty obvious who we've got left. The Pies, the Dons, and the Power. In the hate with a passion. Let's get into it. The Pies. I'm a Saints fan. It's a given for any St Kilda fan to hate Collingwood. It just fills you with anger from ever since that 2010 grand final run, and you just hear the Collingwood chant ring around the oval when the Saints are trying to walk out and have their time. Collingwood had their time. It was St Kilda's time, and the Pies fans just took it upon themselves to ruin the Saints moment. So, in that case, I hate the Pies, and I'll never like them. Same with the Dons. I just don't like Essendon at all. Nothing about Essendon. I just don't like them. They're full of bandwagon Woodwork fans. I grew up in a place where they were filled with Essendon fans, and they're just a bogan club. I just don't like the Essendon Footy Club. There's not much more to say. Their players are pretty irrelevant. Their fans only care about them when they win, and they're just a shit club. I'm not a fan of the old friggin' Essendon. And the power like the South Australian Collingwood. You just don't really care about the power. You don't really like them. I hate the power purely because back a couple of years ago we thought the Saints were home against the power, and we saw on the telly the power fans leaving the game when they were about 4 points behind, and it turns out Robbie Gray kicks a goal in the dying stages, and all of a sudden the poor fans, oh, get around us, we're back, we won, oh. And that just says something about the club. They're just lack of class, lack of intelligence. They just hate the power. And that's about it. I think that actually concludes our rankings for the clubs. So just a short, sharp video for you guys today, ranking all the clubs in the AFL in my perspective. I'm sure a lot of you won't agree with my selections, but this is just how the cookie crumbles for me. And until next time, I'll see you in the Interchange Cordon podcast, premiering every Friday at 7 p.m. We've got a special guest this weekend. This Friday, I should say. You gotta watch it to find out. But it's a pretty well-known guest amongst the AFL community. And yeah, until then, it's good to get a video out. And yeah, cheers for watching. I hope you make sure to like and comment. Comment your thoughts, my predictions. Comment who your predictions are. Comment who you go for. I just want to hear how you feel about these predictions of mine. I'm probably going to get a lot of hate, but you know what? That's just the way things are. So make sure to like, comment, and make sure to subscribe to the channel. I'm pretty sure we are 4 subscribers away from 1,500, so that'll be a big milestone once we pass. And yeah, cheers for watching. I'll see you in the podcast on Friday evening. Cheers.